Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? Yay, so I wanted to get this video to you guys because a lot of you had asked either on Instagram or on YouTube what I eat, and I always thought that was totally crazy because I was like, well, I mean, I don't have a particular diet per se, and I probably should have one, which made me really think about filming this video and maybe making some changes in my diet as I have to come clean with you guys right now. A little history on me. I used to diet a lot like 20 years ago, and I put a lot of effort into it, and when you diet, you actually, in my opinion, you end up gaining more weight because you're depriving yourself. And so obviously it's like when you tell someone they can't want something, they want it even more. Am I right or am I wrong? Okay, can I get a hell yeah, right? So I don't believe in depriving myself, but that being said, I do think that I personally need to start eating a little bit cleaner, especially with a daughter who loves cheese and dairy and kid food. Even though I kind of try to keep her food clean, it's still, I let her have pretty much what she wants when she wants it, as long as she's really healthy with fruits and vegetables. So I thought I would just start with the main things that I eat. I am a habitual eater. That means I eat the same things, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So people who aren't like that are probably gonna be like, well, we can't do that. And maybe you can't, but I personally, if I find something that I like, I just kind of keep it. So recently I've been trying to go dairy-free, and it's been not that difficult because I don't like milk and I don't eat cheese that much. And so I do substitute almond milk for regular milk, and I've done that forever because I don't like milk. But it has been a little bit challenging, and it has changed my breakfast, lunch, and dinner a little bit. So let me just start with what I used to always have. I love smoothies, so I love fruit smoothies. And for my protein, I used to use, let me start this by saying that I'm not a vegetarian per se, but I pretty much stay away from meat. I won't call myself a vegetarian unless I don't eat any meat products at all. And I love fish. So there you go, definitely not a vegetarian. Maybe one day I will walk on over to the vegan side. Walk on over to the vegan side. Well, we'll see about that. So I love smoothies, and I will have those for breakfast with bananas as my base, frozen bananas. So easy, and I pre-make them in a blender with strawberries, blueberries. You can throw in some spinach, whatever fruit you have, mangoes. So what I do is when I have extra fruit, especially bananas, I'm like really weird about them. If they even start going brown a little bit, I have to put them in the freezer. I cannot eat them. But all fruits, especially if I buy a big thing of strawberries for like $5, and then, I'm only going to be able to eat, me and my daughter, a few, so I'll cut them up and I'll throw them in the freezer. Same when blueberries go on sale, raspberries, blackberries, mangoes, any fruit, pineapple, I'll freeze it. I'll eat the majority of it fresh, and then I'll freeze the rest, and this is all for my smoothies. So I used to use kefir, which I love, 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 because I love yogurt, and I just love the probiotic yogurts and any of the Greek yogurts. So I'm really, really bummed because right now I'm not doing dairy, so I miss my yogurt. Don't you love yogurt? I used to eat yogurt trying to not have any sweetener in it, maybe a little bit of honey, but at the end of the day, all sugar is the same, the way your body processes them. So, you should try not to have sugar, but hello, we're highly addicted to sugar. All of us Americans are like, well, actually in the world, we're pretty much highly addicted to sugar. So sugar really needs to be something that you want to think about. Another breakfast that I would have, now that I'm not using the yogurt, I just use almond milk instead. I've tried to use some soy yogurts, and I didn't really love the soy yogurt or the coconut yogurt. So I'm like, I don't even want the yogurt. I use it as a thickening agent, but since I use frozen bananas in my smoothies, no problem. And like I said, I make these all, and then I pre-package them in the freezer, and I will just take them to work, and they take like an hour to thaw, and boom, done. I know I'm eating something healthy. You can throw in seeds, you can throw in nut butters if you want, almond butters to make it thick and rich. You can even put like unsweetened cocoa powder and banana and peanut butter if you want to make a really sweet treat, which is healthy for you. And then for an option for a breakfast, when I was eating eggs, I would have on weekends, maybe every other weekend, scrambled eggs with 2 egg whites and then 1 regular egg, and just scramble that up with nothing really in it, then some Mrs. Dash and some salsa on the side. When I'm craving something savory, it is delicious. And then on other days, I will have a cereal with almond milk. I personally like to make my own cereal, so I'll take a brand cereal, unsweetened. Try and find the one that doesn't have any sweetener in it. I mean, you really want to keep your grams of sugar low. Check the backs of the boxes. Now that my daughter is older and she can read, I'm like, check the back of the box. If it has like more than 8 grams of sugar, we're not getting it for you. So you want to go maybe even lower than that, 6 grams and below if you're an adult. And you're going to want to try and keep it 12 below. If you can keep your ingredients 12 and below, that would be amazing. I mean, that's kind of impossible sometimes, but 12 below, 7 below would be like, whoa. I will have, make my own cereal. I put it in a big container, a glass jar, and I'll just use bran, nuts, whatever nuts I crave. If it's sunflower seeds or almonds, I always throw in oatmeal. I love raw oatmeal. I love muesli because I grew up in England and I had a lot of that. Throw in some raisins, dried cranberries, whatever you have, kind of like shake it up and mix it up, slivered almonds. And I do like that as an alternative. And I have a banana every day as a mid-morning snack. It's just how I live. Maybe I should stop, but I just love bananas. I just throw one in my bag every single day. I even have a little banana container so it doesn't get brown, my bananas, because I'm a little crazy about that. Okay, I spent a lot of time on breakfast, didn't I? I do have coffee. I didn't drink coffee for years, for like 20 years, and now I'm like, hey, let a girl live. So I have a little bit of coffee. I have a non-dairy creamer in it, and it is sweetened. Sorry, but I look so forward to that coffee. Oh, in the morning, it's like what makes me, it's life, right? I look forward to coffee and doing my makeup. It is the most enjoyable time of my day, I must say. So I am going to have myself some coffee, and I love it. And it gets me quite hyper. Maybe I should go back to tea. What do you guys think? Okay, then let's move on for lunch. For lunch, I am like salad, 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 and salad. I actually really, really, really love salads. You can buy them pre-packaged. I tend to like make them meal prep them, so I'll just get a big chunk of whatever kind of lettuce that I want to use that day. If it's spring mix, if I go to the farmer's market, whatever is like on sale, or they're having big bags of it. The spring green mix is always usually the one that we all use, and I'll just use that, and I'll add like cherry tomatoes because I won't have to cut them up, and who has time for all that prepping? And then I'll chop up some cucumbers, and I get the shredded carrots. You can buy them pre-shredded in the grocery store. Just throw a whole pack of that in. I always like to get that in. If you guys like other vegetables like bell peppers or mushrooms, I tend to get those if they're in season at the farmer's market. I will go ahead and throw that in and prep all my salads. On the side, I will put some garbanzo beans, some kidney beans, or some nuts for protein on the side to kind of fill me up. And for my dressing, I just make a regular olive oil and balsamic vinegar. That's it. And with some salt. I've been trying to eat less salt, but I love salt, so I will do a little Mrs. Dash. And I kind of eat the same things repeatedly. If I'm going to alternate from that lunch, I might have beans and rice. So I food prep beans and rice, brown rice and beans. I'll food prep that. Or I'll do roasted vegetables. So I'll just get a big bag of like $5 vegetables at Safeway or wherever. If you guys want to go to Whole Foods and get your organic veg, I sometimes can't afford them. That brings up a point that there are some foods that you don't have to get. If they have a thick skin, you don't have to buy them organic, so you can save yourself some money if you are on a budget like me. So, pick your poison, where you want to spend your bucks. Bananas are fine. You don't have to get those organic because of that thick skin. Same with oranges and avocados. So, speaking of avocados, I have millions of avocados. Well, a couple a week. I put them on bread, just plain whole wheat bread. Smooth them over for lunch. It's my favorite, just a plain avocado sandwich, maybe some salt and pepper and a tomato, and I absolutely love really plain foods. So that is kind of what I'm doing for lunch. Like I said, I will do some beans and rice and maybe lentils and rice and maybe even quinoa and maybe some veg if I want to food prep the week before. So today is Sunday, and it is a day where I am prepping all my food. So I guess I do spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm eating. Okay. Then for dinner, it's kind of like, what is going to happen? I tend to have salads again for dinner. If I can, I will have, when I have my daughter, I might do turkey burgers, maybe not eat the bun. And I will make a big old pasta sauce and eat some pasta with her. I don't make a meat sauce, but I make a nice red sauce with a lot of fresh tomatoes and just cook it all up there. And then I'll even, if I make too much, I'll even freeze the rest of the sauce, because I'm a freezing queen because I don't eat that much and I don't like wasting food, obviously. When I have extra time on Sundays or Wednesdays, we have these beautiful farmers markets in the city, and everything at around 3:30 goes on sale for $1 a bag. So if you guys are on a budget but you want to eat fresh foods, I highly recommend going to the farmers market and waiting till towards the end when they close, or you can even ask them, when do your foods go on sale? When do you do dollar bags? Is it towards the end of the day? And they just like, they have to get rid of it because it's all fresh. So it'll be like $1 a bag, and I'll just get like whatever, if that's radishes, and then my daughter will eat the radishes, or if it's like root vegetables in the winter time, or whatever's in season. Another favorite thing that I like doing for dinner is butternut squash. It's just really affordable. It's really big. I just cut it in half, and you can cook it in the oven. Roasting vegetables in the oven with olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic is the best. It'll make your broccoli taste amazing. All your vegetables will taste so much better if you just throw them in the oven with some olive oil and some salt and pepper. Mwah, 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 mwah. You will love your veggies. And like I said, I will eat fish, salmon. My daughter hates the smell of it, so I don't get it that much. I love crab. I live in San Francisco, so I'm really lucky, even though crab season got messed up this year. But we can still get crabs from Washington State, and they're like $9.99 a pound. I love, love, love crabs. I have them crack it all up for me at the store, and then when I come home, I just use lemon. So I'm not big on sauces, a lot of creamy sauces, butters. That's where you're going to pack on a lot of calories, and those are things that are going to bring you down and make you sluggish. So I tend to stay away from those. Now, I do go out to eat all the time. I love Mexican food. It is my favorite. So speaking of that, I have whole wheat tortillas or corn tortillas, and I make quesadillas all the time as my snack before I go to ballet. Now that I'm trying to not eat cheese, I'll use a vegan gourmet cheese that they sell at Whole Foods that's made out of soy, which I love. I must say it's the best, to me, the best tasting alternative for cheese. A lot of people like that YAAASSS stuff, I think it's called. I think that's the name of it, but I don't like the way that tastes at all. It tastes like nothing, and if you look at the ingredient list, it actually has a lot of ingredients that I don't even know what they are. So this soy cheese it's called Healthy Vegan Gourmet, I think. I'll put a link. I'll try and find it. It's like $4.99. I really like it. It's got the consistency of a hard tofu, and it's just really delicious. So I'll cook that in a quesadilla. And also, speaking of tofu, I love getting a firm tofu and like chopping it up and pan frying it with, same thing, olive oil and garlic, and just crisping it out. When you get some crunchiness and some texture on your vegetables, it just makes everything taste way better. So as far as spices, Mrs. Dash, they have like a whole bunch. They're low in salt or no salt at all. I love them. Pick them up. Get some fresh herbs. You know how at the supermarket you can get the basil and the oregano in their little containers? They actually really last a long time. Throwing them on top of pasta or into foods makes everything taste so much better. And you can actually, I get mine and I put them in jars, and then I fill them with water, and they just live in there. And I like them in little mason jars. They kind of look cute too. But definitely have to have a basil with you at all times because it's just so delish. Now let's get to my downfall. Okay, one, I love chocolate. I don't even love dessert that much, like cake, cupcakes, whatever. Are they chocolate? I'll eat the frosting on the top. Now, not eating dairy, I'm having to be very careful, but prior to that, I would have I have dessert after lunch, a piece of chocolate, and I have a dessert after dinner every day, all day, every day of my life. So now that I cannot have the dairy, the milk chocolate, I am having 70% or higher that has cocoa butter, not the dairy milk in the chocolate, and it's cutting the mustard, okay? Let me just say that. I am enjoying myself. But I do love sweets. I think that those can be a downfall for a lot of people. Now, the foods that I mentioned are all kind of like really boring. And I think, if you guys think so, can you put a comment below? I can definitely go way more in depth about how I cook my foods. And obviously I'm only talking about a very small percentage of foods that I eat. Well, no, it's the majority, but I mean, there's many other foods too that I add in. I just don't want this video going on forever. I eat a lot of fruit. So when I go to the store, I get whatever's in season. So right now, if it's pineapples and melons and cantaloupes and watermelons, I don't love melons, but I'll actually make my own agua fresca, which is you just cut all the fruit up into pieces, put it in a blender with some water. Don't add sugar because the fruit's already sweet. Blend it, pulverize it, and then you actually make your own agua fresca. My daughter loves it. It is delicious. And if you want to add a little tequila later with your friends, you can do that too. Make an amazing margarita. But that's a whole nother situation. And that's another one of the things that I like. I like my champagne. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram, champagne, sparkling wine, shall we say. If you follow me on Instagram, I am always talking about it. Bottles are popping up in here. I like to celebrate whenever I can. So I love champagne. I love wine. I really love wine. And when I go out, I love margaritas. The death of me. If I really am craving a margarita and I don't want like some 500 calorie margarita, which is ridiculous, I will get a gimlet, a tequila gimlet. So you're getting rid of all the sugar. You're just getting the tequila and the lime. It's essentially, that's all it is. And sip it, but you're not getting all the sugar calories, because those, oh, I'm going out of focus. The sugar calories are the things that are really bringing us down. And then the most important thing I can say is, you guys know this, eat clean. If it looks like it's bad for you, or you get the gut feeling it's not good for you, it probably isn't. You know what I'm saying? Read your ingredients. If we could all just not eat processed foods, we would all be eating healthy. It would be that simple. Just don't eat processed foods. And you'd be like, whatever. I'm like, great. Can you imagine? Nothing is pre-packaged. If you just didn't buy anything pre-packaged, can you imagine what you'd be eating? What your life would be like? It is really, really that simple. But that can be hard when you have a kid or when you work. So what I recommend is putting time aside on Sunday, if you can, to pre-plan these meals, to food prep if you can. I know at first it sounded like, oh, I can't handle that, so much work. But now it's like very therapeutic for me. I like pre-prep out all my foods. I know I'm gonna eat salad on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday at work, or sweet potatoes and black beans, or roasted vegetables and a veggie burger maybe, or a vegan pizza that you can get at Whole Foods that are delicious, with vegan cheese. So try to stay away from white bread. So always have whole wheat, everything, rice, tortillas, anything that you have. Nuts are great. Avocados are healthy fats. Try to stay away from meat if you can. I hate to tell you guys this, because I know there's a lot of people who love meat, but I got to tell you personally, I think you should try and stay away from it. I think we need to try and clean out our body. It's so hard to digest all those meats. And if you're going to eat those meats, make sure they're hormone free, that you actually spend a little extra bucks on the grass-fed beefs and the hormone free any kind of meat product, please, if you can. If you're gonna have to eat it. And start taking care of yourself. This video is kind of all over the place because I've never really talked about food, and apparently I have a lot to say about it. I want you guys to join me in this conversation, and let's work together. Maybe we can do a challenge together, a food challenge together. Maybe try to cut out sugar or dairy, and we can do it together and check in. I can maybe, get on Snapchat and we can do it that way, or, I can do quickie videos on Instagram, whatever you guys want. But we know in America today, foods are making us sick, and that over the last 40 years, we've gotten really sick as foods have become more and more processed. So we know this, you guys. We're not stupid, right? We know this. So what you're doing is, when you're picking those making unhealthy choices, you kind of know what you're doing, right? So as you're going to work out, you want to take care of your beautiful body. It's all we have. So I really want you guys to consider that next time you go to the grocery store. Ask me any questions. We can work on this together. I know you guys are joining me for my workout, so I want to talk to you guys about just diet. So again, I keep things really, really simple. If I go out to dinner, I'm usually going to have a salad, or keep things really, really simple. That's just how I roll, because I know what I like. Or beans and rice, Mexican, woo, and try and stay away from those tortilla chips, although I love them. So just keep it simple and strive to eat clean and healthy, because you guys know what the right thing to do is. I know you do. You're just choosing the wrong thing. So packaged foods, processed food, just try to stay away from them. A lot of people are like, I'm going to spend so much money. Trust me, I do not spend hardly anything on my diet. I really am thrifty. I make a small amount of money. I stretch it because I have to, because, well, that's the life that I've chosen to live, so I can be with my daughter in the most amount of time possible. But so no, it's not true at all. You can go to farmers market, you can get deals. So yeah, this video is going on for 20 minutes, so I gotta cut us off. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will put more links to other videos, workout videos, and makeup and hair if you're interested in watching this. And please comment below, like this video, thumbs it up, and finally, subscribe.